we are excited because they announced that Claire's season of The Bachelorette is going to start October 13th. There's been so much drama that we are getting little bits and pieces of.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about it? Are you excited to see Claire? Are you excited to see Tayshia?
I am excited to see Claire. You know, Claire is like no nonsense, tell it like it is, which is why if the rumors are true, I'm not surprised because she's like, it's Palm Springs. That's what I keep saying. I'm like, she's probably like, it's Palm Springs. I'm hot. I know what I want. I'm not playing this game. We're not even going to freaking Paris or Italy. Like, I'm taking my man and I'm out. That's what I would probably do too. But I think it's interesting the franchise hasn't confirmed or denied it. They're just letting all these rumors kind of like permeate through Bachelor Nation, and I think they love it personally. If Tayshia's the Bachelorette, I'm in. I'm all in. I'm thrilled. I'm happy. It shows me that they're taking all this seriously with diversity and inclusion. I think she's bubbly. She's like engaging. She's beautiful. I think the men are going to go crazy over her. Claire too. Like Claire's got this sultry, sexy vibe that like both of them, like those guys are kind of lucky, you know, like if all this is true, they get to do it twice. You know what I mean?
Right. Like if the guys who were sent home already got to come back to meet Tayshia, like lucky dudes.
The only thing I hate is this still shot promo that came out. I'd never seen The Graduate. So I was like, why is this man's foot in the way of
I had the same reaction.
I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a Photoshop because I saw it on Chris Harrison's page and I thought it was his foot. You know, I don't know.
Well, I did the same thing. I retweeted it and was like, this giant men's foot seems unnecessary. And everyone was replying to me like, Fran, it's a remake of The Graduate poster. I'm like, sorry, I'm unfamiliar with what The Graduate movie poster looked like. Like, is that the Bachelor demo? I don't know.
I'd never seen anything like it. I don't want to see it. And then someone was explaining it to me today and they were like, oh, it's the Mrs. Robinson. I was like, oh, so we're playing in her being a cougar? Might up an animal print and tell her to roar. Yeah. I don't like it.
I know. I didn't like it either. It made it seem like she's looking to find some young, like, just piece of meat that she's like this older, like she's not even that old.
Right. And I also think that because I think Claire is absolutely stunning. Like you said, she's like so sexy, just everything about her. But the Photoshop job that they did on it, I was just like, this just doesn't really look like Claire to me. Like, I feel like the promo could have been better, but I also just feel
they kind of made her look older with the outfit and like she looked,
you know, I mean, I love a power blazer.
Of course.
I'm just like, I don't know. The promo just wasn't it. Although I am obviously excited for the show because we love The Bachelor. We can't deny that. But you know, there's a lot of drama going on with this year. Just, you know, a lot of the Bachelor diversity. Just you know, they got that kick started, and then we have the Claire and the Tayshia and what's going on with that. So I feel like their heads are kind of spinning around as well, and they don't even know what to do at this point. But I wanted to know, how do you feel about the direction they're going in now? Because obviously they do have a lot of work to do in, you know, making it more diverse. But do you think that they're headed in the right direction?
Yeah, I want to see them okay, you did Matt. I've already been vocal about the timing of it. Hated the timing. Glad to see Matt. You know, if the Tayshia stuff is true, great. Glad for Tayshia too. But what I also want to see are changes inside. So if I'm a person of color and I come in, I want to talk to someone who gets me, because then I'm more comfortable opening up. Then I'm going to tell my stories. Then I have a better chance of going farther in the season. That wasn't really available when I was on the show. I also think that they should hire other people, not just producers, like people in the decision room, a diversity consultant that can tell you things like, Matt James is biracial. That's a conversation you really haven't explored on the show, because in some circles he's too black and in some circles he's not black enough. And I guarantee you he's got stories to tell about that. And in light of what's going on, what kind of pressure does he feel? He's a black man. It seems like it's hunting season on black men. How does that make him feel? There's so many ways to tackle it that you need someone on the inside who recognizes that and understands it. I have too many jobs. I can't be the Bachelor diversity consultant. I just can't. I can't do it. But
won't fit in the Instagram bio. Can't.
I'm not a character.
Room. Sorry, unavailable.
But I do see them making some internal changes, and I'm close with some EPs, and they're very vocal in telling me what they're trying to do, and they have a heart for it, and they recognize it's taking too long. So, they know I'm watching them. They know I'm going to hold them accountable. And I want to shut up. Like, that's my goal. Shut me up so I don't have to say anything else.
Right.
Yeah. Criticizing the next, somebody on the next season.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? I think like the campaign that came out, the Bachelor Diversity campaign, they did such a great job, because not only did they highlight the need for a more diverse cast, but they also included like a more diverse staff. They want mental health checks. They want help for these contestants, where that if something's going on with them, there is a doctor or a psychiatrist, someone who is there who they can talk to, and also that are available to them after the show, because depending on how they're portrayed on the show, the mental health things that they can go through, if they're, the villain, if they're not, like, to have someone to reach out to. They listed out so many things that I hope they listen to and follow through with, because it would just make everything, it would just make it everything better, and also feel better being a fan of the show. Like you watch the show, you love the show, and you want them, like, you want to be able to support everything that they do.
Yeah. That's why I think it's so cool what they did, because those were fans saying, hey, we're not happy with what's on our TV screen and we want to see changes. I loved it. I was like, I wish I was smart enough to come up with it, but what they did was amazing. Like, thank you for bringing that up, because I want to always give them credit.
Yeah, it was really, really great.
And so you're gonna watch the seasons. You're still supporting the show. You're still in it. Chris Harrison is still giving you advice, which we obviously love to hear. And you already talked about Matt James. We were going to ask you how you feel about that, but you said at the time it was the bad timing, but step in the right direction. And we think Matt James is a great guy, so I think it's going to be great. But like you said, I do hope that they show some of those things on the show, because they would be kind of lying about his life if they didn't show that. Right.
It's going to be tough for him. It's tough to be the first, period, but in light of what's happening, there's such a divide, and people are very vocal right now. There's just a lot of hatred going on. So I just really hope he has a strong support system, and that they protect him and really, like, roll him out in a proper way as far as like PR and the media that he has to do, because it's going to be a lot, and everyone's going to want to hear his voice. And so it sucks, because it's almost like he's talking about love, but it's going to be politicized in a sense, because everything is at this point.
Yeah, it definitely will. Yeah, because it could potentially be like damned if you do, damned if you don't situation for him. Just like if what he does say, people will say he didn't say enough. If some people, they said he said too much. So I hope that, it goes well for him. He has a positive experience.